I wouldn't be surprised if this whole basket would just be eaten by tomorrow. These are amazing. Oh hey, my name is Nadia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is officially October, which means a few things in my mind. Number one, absolutely everything is pumpkin spice flavored. Number two, Halloween is right around the corner, which means if you're not putting the absolute maximal effort into your costumes, then what are you doing? And number three, it's Oktoberfest. Technically, Oktoberfest takes place in September, but runs until the first Sunday in October, so we've just met the deadline. While the whole point of the festival isn't just to drink beer, they do serve over 2 million gallons of it every festival and attract over 6 million people from around the world, which is mind-boggling. As you've seen on this channel, there's a lot of things that you can do with beer, but one thing that always stands out to me and that I think pairs really, really well with a cold brew are pretzels. So you guessed it, this week we are making soft pretzels and I'm super excited, so on that note, let's get cooking. First, we're going to be activating our yeast by combining warm water, brown sugar, and you guessed it, yeast. While that sits in a warm place for a few minutes, we're going to measure out our dry ingredients. In a stand mixer fitted with the dough hook, you're going to combine the flour, salt, melted butter, and the activated yeast, and then mix it on a super low speed. Once the ingredients started to combine, I realized that the mixer was struggling just a little bit, so I spilled the dough out onto the counter and kneaded it by hand. And let me tell you, I do not recommend doing a heavy arm day and then going home and kneading a bunch of dough. Then I put the dough into a well-oiled bowl, covered it with some saran wrap, and then put it in the oven on the proof setting for about an hour until it looked like this. It is so fluffy. I split the dough onto my counter and divided it as best I could into 16 even pieces. I rolled out each of those pieces to be about 24 inches long, although some of the pieces were a bit bigger, so I rolled them out to be a little longer, and we're just gonna get some bigger pretzels. No big deal. I used a clean measuring tape as a reference, but you could also guesstimate. Once your dough looks like a rope, you're gonna fold it into a U shape, then twist it twice, and then press the ends of the dough into the bottom of the pretzel. This was surprisingly a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, so trust me, you're going to get the hang of it in no time. When rolling the dough into a rope, you want to try and keep it as even as possible, so no spot is thinner or thicker than the other. To do this, I just spread out my fingers and started in the middle of the dough and worked my way out. I found that this gave it a really even, level texture. Texture, thickness, leveled thickness. You get it.
Nadia, you should cover them when they're waiting there, because then the crust forms on top.
I will cover all the pretzels. Once all the pretzels were twisted, I boiled a big pot of water and added the baking soda. Then you're going to add the pretzels to the boiling water and let them boil on each side for about 10 seconds. I went in one at a time because it's a time-sensitive task and it's just easier to handle this way. Then straight they went onto a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. I washed them with the beaten egg yolk and some water, sprinkled them with some coarse sea salt, and in the oven they went at 450 degrees for about 15 minutes. And when they had a really nice golden brown color and looked like this, I took them out of the oven and just look at these, like wow. But what's a soft pretzel without a dipping sauce? Over medium heat, whisk together butter, flour, and then add milk and keep whisking until it thickens up a little bit. You're gonna remove this from the heat and then add a bunch of grated cheese and salt and pepper to taste, and voila, you have a beautiful cheese dipping sauce to go with your amazing soft pretzels. I'm super excited to get to the taste test, but right before that, I just want to show you guys the difference between rolling the dough out to 24 inches and longer than 24 inches. There's a big size comparison, so it really depends what you're going for with your pretzels, if you want kind of smaller bite-sized appetizer pieces or bigger, full-on, just go for it pretzels. I'm gonna have a little mini one. Oh, that just pulled apart so nicely. Oh wow, I'm gonna try it with the cheese sauce, which is just like the best. Okay. It's a match made in heaven. And this makes me want to go to Oktoberfest and have a real, genuine Oktoberfest pretzel. I have had soft pretzels in Germany before, and they're so good. I think they're one of the best pretzels I've ever had. That and Philadelphia soft pretzels, they're out of this world. This, not gonna lie, close comparison. I'm quite impressed. Oh my god, it's so good. You really get that perfect crunchy outside, super soft inside, and the salt, honestly, I probably could have added more. It is, oh, these pretzels are 10 out of 10. I don't know what to say. Like the bagels that we made last week, these did take a while just because they had to rise. You have to roll them and shape them, boil them, bake them. There's a lot of steps involved, but this was so worth it. I know I said that I would make bagels again, but this I would make again tomorrow. These are so good. The cheese sauce is also super yummy. Definitely best served fresh, but my oh my. I've been saying for years that I wanted to make pretzels and I finally did it. And now I feel like there's no going back. Once you make pretzels, it's game over. I got 16 pretzels in total, which isn't too bad. Some of them are on the bigger side. This smaller one is absolutely perfect as a little appetizer. If you wanted to serve this to a bigger group of people, instead of twisting the pretzels, you could cut them into little bite-sized pizzas and then boil and bake them just as instructed. And I think that would be a really fun like finger food kind of appetizer, or if you're going to a potluck, it might be a little bit more work, but definitely more worth your while, if that makes sense. More worth your while? I don't know what the saying is, but it makes more sense that way. Anyway, that's all from me this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next Friday. Bye. Just keep eating this before anybody gets home.
Ooh. Wow.
So excited for the taste test. Okay. Oh my god, I dipped like the whole thing in there. I was like, give me the cheese. That's good, eh? Absolutely everything is pumpkin spice flavored. Okay. It was worth waking up from your nap.
I dipped the other side.
6 million people from around the world. Like, if only I could speak today. Was it good?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have my phone in case I hear it if you need me.
Well, you probably won't hear it, so I'll try not to lose you. Taste test time. Okay, wait, watch. Ready?
Oh.